There's a familiar moment almost everyone knows. You know you should do something. It's not impossible, not terrifying, not even that important. You just need to start. But instead, your body resists. You're not resting, but you're not moving either. Time passes, pressure builds, and the more you wait, the heavier everything feels. That's usually when we turn against ourselves. Pull yourself together. Stop being lazy. Just do it. And most of the time, nothing changes. The problem is that forcing yourself is a bad strategy. The brain doesn't respond well to pressure, especially when it's tired. When you try to make yourself act, the nervous system doesn't hear motivation, it hears threat. And when something feels like a threat, resistance is the natural response. Procrastination isn't a lack of discipline. It's often protection from overload, fear, or uncertainty. Most of the time, the issue isn't the task itself. It's the state you're in: fatigue, anxiety, mental clutter, or the feeling that the task is too big or too undefined. The brain isn't refusing to work. It's refusing to enter a situation that doesn't feel safe or manageable. A common mistake is trying to motivate yourself with goals. You remind yourself why the task matters, what the result will be, what you'll gain in the future. But the brain doesn't start with outcomes. It starts with the first step. And if that first step feels heavy, unclear, or demanding, the system simply doesn't move. What works, instead of forcing, is reducing resistance. Not doing the task, but making the entry into it feel safe. Not 2 hours of work, but opening the file. Not a full workout, but putting on your shoes. Not solving everything, but writing one sentence. When the step doesn't feel threatening, the brain is far more willing to cooperate. This is why the rule of minimal action works so well. If something creates strong resistance, the step is too large. A good starting action should feel almost stupidly easy. So easy that it removes any excuse not to begin. And here's the key part. You don't promise yourself you'll continue. You only agree to start. Motivation doesn't appear before action. It appears after movement. Energy isn't something you wait for. It's something you generate by doing. Once motion begins, even in a small way, the system often wants to keep going on its own. Another reason people get stuck is confusing exhaustion with laziness. When a system is overloaded, pushing harder doesn't make it work better. Pressure on top of fatigue creates shutdown. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is reduce demands instead of increasing effort. The way you talk to yourself matters too. I have to creates tension. I'll try 1 minute creates space. You don't need to convince yourself. You need to allow imperfection and remove the expectation of doing it perfectly. You're not broken. You're not lazy. And there's nothing wrong with you. If you can't start, it usually means the entry point is too harsh. So lower it. Remove the pressure. Make the beginning safe. Often, that's enough for movement to return, not through force, but naturally.